Some echoes are not echoes. They are invitations. A breath taken in the halls of memory, a name spoken under dim lights, the sound of your own voice whispering, I don't mourn the past, but I remember. We are spirit in motion, traveling with the fire of our intentions, and carrying the whispers of those who rode before us. They do not disappear, they transform, they become guides. So today, I walk familiar ground, not to grieve, but to witness, to honor what was, and to listen for what still wishes to be heard. This is not about going back. This is about moving forward with sacred clarity. And now, we ride.
Welcome to Lessons with Wesley. If this found you, it was meant to. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and breathe. You're entering a sacred space of tarot, of oracle, meditations, ogham, and soul-centered wisdom. There are no coincidences here, only invitations. Lessons with Wesley.
All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 27, Echoes and Embers. Remembering, releasing, riding forward. I hope y'all had a great weekend. You're probably right now maybe not listening to this, some of you, at the normal time that you would listen to it because you are all for what? Martin Luther King. So I hope y'all are having a great, those of you that get to enjoy it, a wonderful 3-day weekend. I know I'm looking forward to, well, as you're listening to this, I recorded the night before. I am definitely looking forward to not setting my alarm, waking up in the morning, probably going to have some deer sausage, some cheese grits, and probably some eggs and a bourbon. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to have a bourbon. No, I'm not. But, I did a while ago to got to enjoy a wonderful Bullet Bourbon Rye. Not sponsored. Oh, so good. I love it. But it was a good weekend and a not tough in some ways, but a good weekend and a bad weekend. But so I had a first cousin of mine passed away this past week. He was only 48, so I'm 45, and it was something that happened. I'm not going to go into details, but we grew up together. We used to go over to his house. My brothers and I mean, it was just one of those that you remember going over certain days. They'd come to your house. You'd have Christmases together. And then it's one of the cousins that you lose touch with. I remember we moved away my junior high year. So we moved away my about 8th grade year, moved to junior high. And you know how it happens, folks. You have those people that you move, you got junior high, high school, then you go to college, and then you start your life, and you only see them every now and then, or you see them at funerals. So it was, and my heart just breaks for his parents and my cousin. She lost her brother. I just cannot imagine the pain of losing a brother at any age. And I know the pain of losing a parent, but I cannot imagine the pain that a parent must feel losing a child. But in saying that, this weekend, the funeral services were held at a place where I went to high school in Mississippi. And so before it started, I got to walk around with a fantastic coffee and a cigar. I walked around the old park, and I got to walk around the old high school and walk up to the football field and the gymnasium, because I was in the band all during high school, and just not mourning the past, but just being excited and just reminiscing and just going, oh my God, I remember that happened here and that happened here. And then when I got to the front lawn of the high school, it was I remember making the swag. And those of you that remember that, that's a swag party. It would happen during high school time, the swag parties. And it was just fun to walk around. And if you look on Facebook, you'll see the picture of the pole. I took a pic of, that was our pole. That was where Mr. Wesley used to stand with his friends during our breaks or lunch. It was just so funny. I just love it. I'm like, look, that's our pole. It was just, so I got to just enjoy the nostalgia of the past. And then, like I said, it's not like mourning the past, because this is the year of the fire horse, where we are galloping towards our intentions and just our goals and dreams, not being stuck in the what ifs. So that's what my weekend was like. And that being said, folks, that kind of ties into what my intentions were, and we'll get to that. And so before I get into the actual card pull, for those of you that like to journal or on a few questions, or those of you that like to meditate or on a few prompts, I have a few ideas. So what message might a departed loved one be trying to share with me? Have I been receiving signs or synchronicities? Am I paying attention? That one ties into the card pull. Where in my life can I honor the past without staying in it? And then the last one, what dream or goal deserves my fire this year? Not just in memory of the past, but for the sake of the future. So the intention behind the card pull, obviously I said, what does someone need to hear today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this year? Whenever you listen to it, what does someone need to receive? What message, what spark? What do they need to hear? And then I just spoke out loud about my cousin's passing, unexpected passing, the grief that his parents must be feeling, about how my heart breaks for them, but emotionally I was not, I wasn't affected by it, because we just weren't closed. And then I spoke about walking around the school and the old, like the playground and the park, and how it was fun to reminisce. I'm not mourning, but I'm just excited about seeing the different places. And it's not about mourning the should haves. Remember, fire horse, saddle up. We need to run towards our will be. So that was my intention. Behind the card pull. And so just remember, it's like it's okay to look back, but don't just dwell in it. So folks, remember, you're either going to look back and keep looking back, or you're going to ride forward. All right. So those were my intentions. And now it's time to set your intentions and get ready to ground yourselves. Okay, so the Oracle deck I decided to use, I didn't use my Celtic Dragon Tarot deck. I chose the Wisdom of the Elders Oracle deck. Now this one is by Shawn Leonard, and the artwork is by Tracey Metallic and Aaron Googoo. So after setting my intentions, I just focused and did what I normally do, and I received card 9, Ancestors Spirit Guides. I'm going to read what it says in the book that came with it. We are spirit having a human experience, and we play an intrinsic part in the spirit world that exists all around us. Rather than feeling separate from our ancestors and spirit guides, it is important to realize that we have a deep soul bond to them before we ever incarnate here on earth. Our ancestors and spirit guides assist us throughout our life. They are always watching over us with unwavering, unconditional love. Their support is felt during dream time, through the messages we may hear, see, or are being guided to. They often reveal themselves to us through inspirational moments, so that we can lead ourselves to true fulfillment and can progress in life to achieve our life's purpose. Before we are born, Aspects of our lives are already decided upon, and parts of our life's themes are mapped out ahead of our journey. It is believed that our guides are matched with us because they have walked a similar path during their own lifetimes. Our ancestors who have come before us want to be included and remembered because they are always here, guiding and loving us as well. We simply need to speak to them and remember that they are here with us. If you have drawn this card today, you may notice more signs and synchronicities from your guides and ancestors, or you may need to call upon them for guidance and answers. Trust that you have been heard and be patient regarding their guidance. Their responses will be expressed through visions, dreams, or some other undeniable signs. And y'all, I absolutely love that card came out. Before I walked into that funeral home, now this is in Mississippi, so you're going to get a lot of Southern Baptists. And I'm not going religion, I'm not going to talk about religion, but before I walked in there, I protected myself. I called in my spirit guides, my astral companions, my earth dragon. I just said, Mother Earth, white light, positive energy only. I don't want anything attached to me. I don't want any negative thoughts. Nothing is going to cling to me. And as I was sitting there, it was almost like an altar call that the pastor gave. And I'm just like, my funeral, or if there is one or whatever happens, it's going to be full of music and love and joy. And people talking about how wonderful I am. But it was almost like an altar call, and it was to the point of where, hey, if you want to see I'll just say Bob. That's not his name. If you want to see Bob again, well, you got to be saved. Otherwise, you're never going to see him again. That was pretty much the gist. And I'm sitting there thinking, no, that is not true. That is not true, because my dad passed, and I have had some very awesome, powerful, I don't call them dreams, I call them visitations. Y'all, I held him, I felt him, I smelled him, I had a conversation. You don't have to wait till you're dead to see someone else or have a wonderful experience. And then when this card came out, it was just confirmation. In my beliefs, ancestors, spirit guides, my cousins passed on, but now he's around us in a different way. We are spirit having a human experience. We do play an intricate part in the spirit world that's around us. We are not alone. We are seen. We are being guided, and so is he. And I remember before the card pull, the intention, I said, and some people believe this, some people don't, and I'm sure some people at that funeral home got a wonderful feeling from what the pastor was saying and got some comfort. And if they did, that's great. But I'm thinking, did he pick this passing before he came here? Did he choose this? Did he know? Because something I'm going to tell you in just a little bit, but is he now a spirit guide for someone else? This is the kind of layered truth that this card presents. His soul continues beyond the body. Sometimes those who pass, we step into a new role. We're not gone. We're just different. And y'all, the last words he said to me were a few months ago at that same funeral home for my uncle's passing. He said, all right, see you at the next funeral. No, you didn't. And he just said it as like, hey, haha, I only see you when someone passes. And that happens in life. We just disconnect from people. Not out of meanness or negativity, but it just happens. In his comment, it was just casual. Might have seemed dark, but in hindsight, was he orchestrating this because it had happened? Was this like some sort of soul signal? And now, he's gone on ahead. Perhaps not just to go rest, but maybe it's going to become something more. A spirit guide, a companion, a whisper, a higher self for someone in his family that, or another parallel universe family, someone that he knew before? Is he going to be a guide to them, someone who needs him now in the way that his earthly presence couldn't provide? I mean, I'm not saying that he's doing it right now, but I remember one of the very first vivid dreams that I had of my dad's passing. After my dad's passing, it was about, I have it written down in my journal. It was about 3 months later, I think. 2 to 3 months. I have to go look at the date. I'll do an episode about that. About all my journaling and my tarot card journey getting me through my dad's passing. But everything was pitch black and I was high above, floating like this ethereal presence. And I was looking down and there was Daddy just standing by this humongous bonfire. He was the only one there and he was just staring into it like many of us do when we go camping. You know, we just... like on Heated Rivalry, I'll talk about that. It's like, what do? You just stare at the fire? Yes, we just look at the fire. But he was just staring into the fire. Almost like he was contemplating, okay, did I do what I wanted? Did I set out to accomplish what I wanted? Did I learn everything? Oh, no, I missed that. Maybe I need to do this on the next journey. It was just contemplating life. And he would go back and forth and grab a log and toss it in. So, I don't know. In saying all that, yes, this is the year of the fire horse. It's okay to miss our loved ones. It's okay to look back. It's okay to reminisce. To love the nostalgia. I love watching those videos on Instagram, not sponsored, about life in the 80s. This is what life was like in the 80s, or a cartoon on a Saturday morning. I love it. And it's okay to think about the past and reminisce, but remember, this is the year of the fire horse. We are charging forward, folks. We are galloping forward. And the truth is, folks, the past shapes us, but it doesn't bind us. My cousin's life sparked with me in the beginning years, but doesn't define the loss. And this fire horse year isn't for weeping, it's for galloping toward the living dream.